level that you've seen from your team the last couple of weeks, but last game before the break, how much of that human nature element do you sort of think about?
Yeah, I don't really buy that. I think there's our guys, the spirit and all that stuff has been great. I thought we were locked in. I think the more human nature element is playing the same team twice in a row and feeling like it might be easy because we just beat them and we're 3-0 against them. And, I think our preparation was there. I think our guys' preparation was there. Sometimes you just momentarily can lose sight of the things required to earn a victory, and I thought defensively to start the game, it was just like Markkanen could just move wherever he wanted to move. We weren't physical. We didn't talk. Never really got to a place in the game where we were talking and executing the off-ball curl switch rules, and you give a team confidence, you let them be comfortable, and this is what happens. That's the NBA.
Do you have anything more on Hayes? Obviously left the game with a facial contusion.
I don't have anything else. Just facial contusion. That's what we have right now.
Just any larger kind of moving or big picture thoughts as you head into the All-Star break of the way the team is building?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, getting all our key guys healthy. Obviously Bron has put in a lot. AR has put in a lot. Those guys need a break. Luka continuing to build towards being able to play his normal minutes and being, in game shape. I mean, the reality is, he took 6 weeks off and is working his way back still, getting Doe and Gabe back. And I think when our group is healthy, we can compete at a very high level.
Dalton scored in double digits, and it's pretty improbable that maybe that may never happen again a week ago. So just what do you make of his night tonight, and it just from body language standpoint, the other night it didn't seem like maybe he was totally connected. Did you see anything in terms of his spirit tonight?
I thought his spirit was good. I thought he played well. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Like we've talked about it. He's in a good spot. We're good.
JJ, two for you. Alex Len debut. Probably didn't envision having to start him for a half, but how did you think it went under the circumstances?
I thought he was fine. I mean, he again. It feels like it's been a lot of that this year. Where we're just like we had to put guys in tough spots. We've had to put our two-way guys in tough spots. We had to put Alex in tough spot. He was fine.
And just you mentioned sort of the break needed for Austin and for LeBron. I mean, personally for you, a lot has happened in the last 35 days or so. Are you going to be able to unplug during this, knowing kind of your mindset? And do you think you personally would benefit from a little bit of a reset here over the next few days?
I do think I would benefit from that. I'm hoping that we have. I hope my goal for All-Star break is. I know this sounds simple. My goal for All-Star break is that I finalize my insurance claims and that I find an apartment to live in. So that's what I'm hopeful for. And I get out of the hotel, and that would be nice. Me the next 2 days. If you need something over the weekend, I'll be back in the office Monday. Actually, I'm going to go to the office tomorrow too, but for a different reason. I'm coaching my kids this weekend. I'll be with my family. It'll be nice.
32. He's 11 of 18. Hit 6 threes. John Collins 17 on 5 of 9, and Walker Kessler. Lakers just couldn't get it going against him. 16, 8, and the 6 blocks. Big game. He was great in the paint, protecting it.
Yeah, I like Walker Kessler, man. He's rugged, can get the job done, on the point category and rebound, and 6 blocks. Rim protector, that's almost unheard of. That's like Mutombo numbers right there. But, look, Luka coming to the Lakers, big deal. It's been a lot of attention surrounding it. It's also works for the advantage of the opponents, too. So they get up. They say, oh, my gosh, Luka's in L.A., and, they just beat us on the other night. They come to our place. Let's get up for them. And they were ready. And you had several players, as you just saw there, played phenomenal basketball, and the Lakers just could not find their footing, you know, especially after Hayes went down. You know, I forgot that we didn't have Benny Smith or Gabe, but still there were moments right there with LeBron and Luka still on the team, and you know, other guys, and Reeves, Rui, they still should, you know, understand the significance of this game going into the break and try to nail it. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
And we didn't even talk about Clarkson, who had 21.
Yeah.
You know, he's a plus 33. It's so many things that went wrong in this game. You know, and as a player, there's certain things you got to understand. If you have an off shooting night, go to the rack. You know, dribble, kick. You know, Austin Reed was 1 for 10 from 3. You know, he has a tendency to think the next shot is going to go in. That's fine and all, but sometimes you got to get your guys involved. You got to get to the paint. That's what you do best, is go in the paint. You get the and ones. And this is one of those games where guys were like, I feel like they was bullhead, like, oh, we're going to win this game because we just beat them. We're better than this team. This team is, you know, fighting for the lottery. But you got to understand that each and every night, these guys are professionals. They can play. There's a reason they're in the NBA. It's not a reason they like floating around trying to get on the team. These guys are great guys. Think about it. They beat some good teams.
Yeah.
And especially in Utah, one of the toughest places to play. You gotta be focused when you go up in there.
I'm sure tomorrow night when they play the Clippers, then they'll be thinking about All-Star break. And won't play as well.
We'll miss 11 threes and
a couple guys will sit.
Take one rebound. It's kind of funny because we talked about this before the game. Lakers had it lined up. They beat this Utah team. They go into the break. Pretty easy schedule to start. Coming back on the other side of the break, you got Charlotte here in LA. Then you go to Portland, who's playing better, but still bottom few in the West. Well, that gets punted a little bit, Geet, but still tremendous run up for this team going into the break. They were 10-1 in their last 11 before tonight. You know, you can't be that upset about it. I do worry a little bit about this team against teams with guys who are good in the paint and have protection, rim protection. Walker Kessler. Oh, I never believed all the smoke that he might be getting traded, James. He's young. He's still on his rookie contract, and he's good.
Perfect 8 for 8, 16 points.
Yeah, so that to me was just a farce. You know, maybe the Lakers can get Walker Kessler. Yeah, I wasn't buying into that. The guy's young and a cheap contract, and he's really, really good, Geet.
How concerned are you guys about Jackson Hayes? Or I mean, obviously he's going to have some time off now. Hopefully be good. But in terms of just, you know, when you look at what the depth is now, when you lose a Jackson Hayes, then all of a sudden, James, it could really change the team.
Well, you lose a guy that's been used to playing with the rest of the players, and then you got to throw somebody else in there that might not have comfortability as he had. I think Hayes has been exceptional. I think he's been exceptional. You know, since AD's been out, been gone. Unfortunately, tonight he took a hard blow to the face. It was really, you know, I don't know if that's in his nose or close to his mouth or whatever, but they do miss his energy. He flows well. The continuity is good with the starting lineup. So, yeah, even though he doesn't have that size as a rim protector, he's been our guy as far as, you know, rebounding, alley-oops, and playing with that first unit mostly.
Yeah, when you see something like that, it's probably concussion protocol because it took him a while to get up. I'm not worried about him coming back. You know, that was one of those hits where we've seen, you know, a former player take those same hits and come back. So I'm confident he'll be back and be his flaming hair self.
Yeah, I mean.